Hello world, it's Budrich. It's a new episode. Whoops, I already prepared it here. Fonts are awesome. Maybe I should call it icons are awesome. Whatever. We will look into a couple of different things in this video, but the goal is to fix our polybar here, our status bar, and add icons and move the modules around a bit so it looks a bit nicer. And to do so, we will use an icon font called fontawesome. It's very common, almost everyone uses it nowadays in the status bar, and you can use it for many different things. Because since it's an icon font, you can basically use it anywhere you can use a font. So Polybar, it doesn't support images, but it supports fonts, and that's why we can use it to display icons. I think I want to start. We will also look into some more advanced rofi usage, because fontawesome. Maybe we should start with this. I will open an application here called GUCharmap. I really recommend you get this. It's a small little program that you can use to browse your fonts, and it's very useful for fonts like this with special characters. And you open it up and you look in this section, this Unicode block, private use area. Here you can find all the fontawesome, and then you select your font here. And you can see here there are different fonts. And this is a great way to see what fonts you can choose from. And you can even use this program. Right now the scrolling is weird. You can just double click it like this, and you see we get the fonts in here, then copy, and then we got them in our clipboard. And this is one way to do this, but it's quite tedious since we cannot search. I cannot search for mouse pointer and then it automatically finds this, or arrow or hourglass or whatever. You have to manually look for them here, and right now it's a bit slow, this program. I don't really know what's going on. The other option you got is to go to Fontawesome's homepage, fontawesome.io, or maybe it's .com now, and look at their homepage where they have a more searchable index, but then you have to copy paste from the homepage into it. It's very, very tedious when you just want something quick. So, and I found a really good little project on GitHub called rofi-fontawesome. It's made by a guy, wstam88, and he have basically made a list here. We will look into this more closely soon, because it's very interesting and useful. That display that you can, if you give this list to Rofi, then it will display the fonts and the icons. But it doesn't really supply any script. They have some examples here how you can do it to display it in Rofi. And the other thing is that Fontawesome, they recently updated Fontawesome from Fontawesome 4 to Fontawesome 5, and this was a major update for the project. They have separated now into two versions. One is free, and the other, if you pay some money, then you get the full license for Fontawesome, and you get more, it unlocks more icons and stuff. And when they change now from Fontawesome 4 to Fontawesome 5, they also, this list is outdated that the wstam88 had in his repo. But I actually took some time and made a new list, and I also made a script. and I have pushed the changes to his repository, and he have the pull requests were yeah, he accepted them. So you can get my new list and my script here from that repository. So and then you have a directory here that's named fontawesome menu. Inside that you have a script called fontawesome menu. Put that script into your path. You know, we have used the scripts folder here, and I have already prepared it. And then you can run the fontawesome menu from your terminal, for example. Now we get an error because it cannot find this icon list.txt. So you need to provide it with a correct. Maybe your version will find it. It depends on from where you launch it. So let's just find our folder here. Rofi fontawesome menu. And this is a cool little trick. In almost all GUI file managers, you can just copy a file, Control C, and then we can, if we paste inside our terminal here, we got the path in the terminal or in the clipboard. It's a quite handy little trick. And it also works, of course, in yeah, you get the path in your clipboard. If you're not able to paste the file, it will paste the path. And with the F flag, -F, and then the path to a file. If I run this now, it will display this list of all fontawesome icons. And if I select one icon here, I get that icon in my clipboard. It's really good way to browse the icons, because now we can search. I can search here for a battery, for example. It's case sensitive, but that is it's case sensitive by default in rofi. But we can specify options here with the scripts with O, and then you can give it normal rofi options like I, that is case insensitive. It's also nice for this thing to have columns 4. Now we get a 4-column list, and now it's case insensitive. It's not sensitive about the case. You can write with small and large letters, and there are more options to rofi. You can have it like fuzzy matching and all kinds of special matching criterias. But another thing that I just found out just before I made this video, I updated this list. I haven't pushed it yet to the repository, so maybe if you download this immediately you might not get the updated list. But then you can look into my GitHub where you will find the cloned version that should have the updated list. Because this is how the list looks like. It's very different from normal rofi. Because we use this option with rofi. I call it rofi magic here. Markup rows. If you use that, then you can write markup in the objects that you want to display in rofi. And if you know some HTML, you know span, that's just a tag that doesn't really affect you. Well, it does affect the output, but it doesn't move it around or anything. And here we specify this is what I updated from the list, one of the things, but it also changed some of the icons and stuff. So this new list works much better than the old one. But if you have the old fontawesome, then you should use the old list, of course. And you can specify a special font name. But if you look into WSTEM88 here, he have also specified unique colors for the icons. So if we by specifying foreground here, so if I copy this and put this in my umbrella here, save, and if I launch the menu now, You can see the umbrella, it's it's a faint red, almost pink color. So this is a way to have individual colors for the different objects in your menus. But another very good thing, I didn't know about this, I just found it by accident. You see here, this lang key here, that doesn't mean anything. I could remove this and the menu would work anyways. But the cool thing here is, because this is how it works. The span, then we have the font face, and this weird code here, that will get translated into the icon. This is like print this Unicode character, I mean this strange stuff here. And then it prints the name here. GitHub Square is the name for this. Let's find some that have many. Previous back. Yeah, here we have an icon called arrow circle down, but in the lang option here it says previous and back, and that means that when I look at this here now, let's see if we can find that arrow circle down. It should be, yeah, it's I think it's this one, or maybe it's another one. But if I search here now for back, yeah, there we have it, arrow circle down. You see, back isn't part of the display name, but it's in the lang key that we had, and also previous, I believe. Yeah, you see, so you can, with this technique, you can add more strings to search from than just the display name, and this is very useful. I just found it out a couple of minutes ago, so haven't done much more than updated this list with the search words here, but this is a very useful thing and makes rofi even more awesome. Okay, now we got our list and we can display the menu. To use these icons in the Polybar, we have to enable the fontawesome font first and foremost. I have prepared it a bit here in a readme, and then we open up the Polybar config. In the bar section there should be a font list somewhere. Here it is, and our xero font, that is the first index font, is fixed sys, the font that it displays here. If you want to use more fonts, like for example now we're using the fontawesome, you have to specify them in this list, and you have to give them in unique indexes like numbers like this. And with the upgrade, the new upgrade of fontawesome from fontawesome 4 to fontawesome 5, you now need to specify 2 fonts here for it to work. And they are named fontawesome 5 free and fontawesome 5 brands, without any spaces like this. Then you put a colon and then a style equals solid on both of them. This is important, otherwise you will either have broken or no fonts at all. Then it's just normal options here, pixelsize 10, antialias. I recommend false for this font. And this is the vertical spacing. I think we talked about this in a previous video. So now with adding this, we can add fonts to the bar, and it's as simple as we can just xkeyboard here. It's this module. If we add a font here, we should add this command, because we will use it a lot now. Let's add it to a key binding in i3. Here we have the menus. God damn it. I have to copy again. there. And let's add it to I as in icon. I reload the config, wrong key, and we get the menu. Perfect. Okay, let's go back to Polybar. And now if I select an icon here, let's just take this umbrella. I paste it in this prefix string, save, and we get the umbrella here instantly in Polybar. So this is how easy it is to add the icons. But I will go into detail here because some of these modules are a bit special. There are rampings and bars and stuff. So I will tell you when this video will get boring and repetitive, but I will show you some stuff now. First, we should decide the layout we want to have of our modules, and I think I want to emulate more or less the same layout as I have on my main bar in my normal config, so to speak. And that is the date to the far left, and then all other indicators after the date, and in the center I have the title, and to the right here I have like media controls, and which displays the title of the song I'm listening to, or if I'm watching a movie it displays the movie title here. But that will be something we do in a later video, the media title thing, but we will do the rest here today. So we can clean this up a bit. This BSPWM, that's another window manager. We use i3, so we don't need that module at all. I will also remove some of these modules now. For example, file system. I'm not interested in the file system. X backlight, I think that's very handy to be able to adjust and see the backlight. Keyboard, I don't care about the keyboard layout. I always use the same layout. Memory, CPU, interesting stuff. Temperature, not so fond about temperature indicator, but let's keep it anyways. The power menu, it's just a stupid menu that you get by default with Polybar to show you how to create a menu, but in my opinion it's much better to make your own menus with the hook modules that we looked into, and we will probably make some menus in the future, but not today. And then I entered MPD here just as a placeholder. It's not active because we haven't configured MPD, so it will not show anything. But if I save now, all our modules will be placed like to the left here instead. And my goal is, if we want to display this media control here, there's no way we can fit that into the bar as it looks like now. And so my goal is to make this as compact as possible, remove everything unnecessary. And unnecessary things, in my opinion, are the percentage signs here, for example. We don't need them. We know it's percentage, so by removing them, we save a couple of pixels. Instead of having bars, we will have percentage meters here as well, because this just takes up unnecessary space. And then we will also, we can do that right away. We can adjust the spacing between the modules. By doing so, already we got a lot of extra, because this 2 here, that's 2 characters. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 modules visible now, and 10 with MPD. And 10 times 2, that's 20 characters of just unnecessary space. Okay. Next thing here I want to do is, this is I have made my own package for Sublime. I have submitted it and got it approved for the package control, but I cannot install it from package control yet. But probably soon, if you search for simple syntax, if you're a Sublime user, and you can create sections like this, and it's really nice because now we can, oops, wrong key. Now I can go to these sections in the, whoa. There, that wasn't good. Added sections in the wrong place. Whatever. Maybe I should wait a bit with this. There. Whatever. And now we have cleaned up this module list. I will remove modules as I scroll down here because we don't need them. X window, for example, we have our own title hook script, and the title script, we don't need that either. That was just to display how script modules works, because you know it's a very long config file, and it's good to just keep it as short as possible. We will remove this BSPWM, but not now, later, you will soon see. And also I3 here, we keep it as it is for now. X backlight, we need that, but X backlight ACPI, I don't use that, so I remove that. We haven't enabled the network module here for wireless, but maybe we will in the future, so I will keep that for now. But ETH, which is like wired connection, I don't use that module at all. I remove it. Date, we use that. Volume, we use that. Battery, we have that. Temperature, yeah, sure. Power menu, let's remove this. I will not go into detail at all about this menu system. I think it's, I don't know, they could have put some more work into it, or just skip it completely, since hook modules are superior to and can do the same thing. Okay, now we have removed all the unnecessary modules. Let's start here with the battery. And also I want to remove all these underlines and special colorings. I will only use like 1 or 2, maybe 3, maybe red text like this if I want to. Battery. So let's start by removing these underline definitions. I think we can remove the whole underline lines like this. If you want underlines, don't keep them then, I don't care, but I really don't like these colors. It looks like a circus. Okay, underline is gone. I also said that I wanted to remove all the percentage signs, and the battery meter, it's quite special. All of the internal modules, they have their own little special features, and I actually cloned the Polybar wiki from Polybar's GitHub page, and this is really good. Then you can open up like the battery page here, and we can read about everything about the battery and how to configure the module. And the battery, it has charging, discharging, and full. You can have different displays depending on if it's charging, discharging, or if the battery is full. And this full it means when it's 98, then it will jump up to 98%. Remove this also for special foreground color. This is like defining the colors for the foreground. We don't really need that. I can keep that to show you here. Right now the battery is discharging because I unplugged it here because I wanted to show you how this works. And this format here, that is what is displayed. And these are kind of labels. And this label discharging, it isn't defined anywhere here. So it will use the default label, which is... but you can specify your own labels also by writing this equals and then just hello. Now it says hello. But the default label, I think it looks like this, percentage. If we write, we can have this. This is the default label. If we remove this trailing percentage here, then we will have just the number, and that was what I wanted. Maybe I would self Yeah, that's how you write it. And then so it displays the label, but in front of the label it has this ramp capacity, and that is we can do this. Let's get some icons. Oops. Battery. Here we have battery full. Let's just paste them in a row here. Battery 3/4. Battery half full. Oh, maybe we should make a comment on this line also. Battery 1/4 full and battery empty. And ramp, it means that like ramp 0, I think that is like full. We can have this. Ramp 1 here, that's the next step. That means 75 to 25%. If the power is at that level, it will show this icon, and if it is below 25%, it will show like 2 there. So if we do this, let's see if this works. If I was right here now, then it should show this icon because it's over 75%. No, it's the opposite. This is high, this is low. But we got some more icons here, and we can just make more ramps if we want to. So, and then we get a more fine-tuned meter. Yeah, let's make all of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. And then we have empty. And now it's now it divides by 5, so every 20%, and now it jumped down to 79. So now that's good, because then it should display this 3, because this is 80 to 100%. This is 60 to 80. Yeah, you get it. Yeah, now it shows this. And this, I think this is a nice meter. For this one, but then we also have and now we have the discharging. If it's charging, then we can have another, and here they have animation, and I think you get it. You just put in different icons and then it will animate those icons. I think that this I don't like that at all, animation. I rather have a static icon, and then you can just add a prefix to the format, like prefix, and we remove this animation, and we can remove the animation completely. But this can be cool also. If you want, if we wanted to, we could have a ramp. Capacity 0 foreground. Let's see if this works. Let's see if I just write pink here. Now we are at ramp 3 here. So if I do this, yeah. You see here, now it turns the battery pink here because it's at ramp 3. When it goes down to ramp 2, it will have the normal color. And this can be good to have for example 0 here. I like to have it just to make me aware that battery is very soon running out. Then it will have a red icon when it's down at 0. So that can be cool to know. But then this animation, let's just skip that part completely. Charging prefix. And here we just put in an icon. I like to use this thunder. No. I know I saw it before. Bolt. Lightning bolt. Yeah. And there. And then, yeah, I can plug in the power supply, so we get the charging. Now it's charging, and as you can see, now we get the percentage, because it's a different label here for that, and we also the spacing between the icon and the number is not good, but we can just add a space in the prefix like this. And then we should also make a label charging equals, and then since we are using the same label as discharging, we could use this, I think. I think we can do this. I'm not 100% sure. Self.label discharging, and then it will copy the yeah. So now we get the same as with that, and then it also have format for when the battery is full, if we want something special for that. But I don't know. Let's leave that now. But you could just make your own label for that and stuff. But let's leave it at this. We're happy. We're just interested in if it's charging or discharging. Or actually, let's make it if it's full. Format full. And then I actually think I want the same as, but I don't want any meter. Let's leave it at 99, because this is another thing I like to have, to never have the percentage go over 100, and then you keep the width of them, because when a number goes up from 99 to 100, it changes the width of the whole bar and things move around. But if you keep them at the same character length, you get a not so distracting bar. Okay, battery is done. Battery, this one is special since it has so many modes and stuff. The other ones now will go quicker, and this is basically when this video might get boring. I will just fix the meters for everyone. It can be interesting to see here how to change from a bar to a number, but it's I think you get it. Volume. Label volume. This vol here, that's just a string that says vol. If we would say bud here, then it will say bud instead. It doesn't matter at all. And then it have here label volume and then bar volume. What we want is to have label with our good old percentage. And this percentage thing, it works for almost everything that can show percentage. Now it shows percentage instead, and if we remove the bar from the format here, then it removes the bar from there. Now it only shows 94. If we wanted a volume icon instead, then we can add a format volume prefix equals volume, and here we have some volume icons, and as you can see, we could make a ramp here too, and that works for this module too. Ramps doesn't work for every modules, but many have them. Let's do that. Let's add some ramping to this too, because it's quick. It was only 3 icons, we only need 3 ramps here. And change this. And then we add the ramp before the label, because the label is the percentage, and before that we want the icon, and the icon will be the ramp here. And then we just type in ramp volume. And if I save now we get the ramp here, and now we have a battery as the ramp. You see it changes when I change the okay, but we want the speakers instead of this, and then we don't need the prefix at all, since we are using the ramp as a prefix. Volume. And if you have ever done this, I think you see now how efficient it is with this rofi menu to get the icons. Imagine going to the home page, finding the icon, copying it, going back. This is so much quicker. Now save. Now we get our little speaker here. When it goes over 75%, it changes icon, and below 25 it changes icon. And you can see here this changes the bar, because the width of the icon changes. I don't know if this is if it's possible to fix this somehow. Whatever. And then it also have a special label for when it's muted. So when I click here, it says sound muted with the text like this, and yeah, I don't know if I like that so much. I think I'd rather have this. And then we could also see if we cannot have percentage. See if this works. Yeah, now it says the volume, but it's grayed out. When I click, we get the... But it jumps back like that. I don't know if I like that. Whatever. It's this. It's the prefix here. It's an empty prefix. That's why it added a space. Now it just grays it out. Perfect. And of course you could change the mute color here, and the other, this normal color, we can remove that. But I will leave this gray color for now. Really good. Date. I actually don't want any icon for the date. I just like it like this in the top left corner. And we should also remove, because it has an underline here, we don't want that. Format prefix foreground, we don't need that either. You can click the time, and then you get the full date, the month, the seconds and stuff. You can change the date format here. I have some tweakings on my own system or personal setup, but nothing fancy. You can look into that yourself. Wireless LAN, we are not using that now, so let's just skip it. Memory. All I want to do here is remove the trailing percentage. Remove the underline and the prefix color, and then we just need to find a good icon for this. I know there's one database. I like this for memory. It's a good icon for that. I don't know why. It's actually the database icon, but whatever. And there we have a nice icon. I think this is good enough for the memory. And here you can see percentage used. It doesn't say just percentage. I guess there are others tokens you could use here. You can see, yeah, percentage free. You can see this GB free, MB used. You can even, yeah, whatever. But I really recommend you doing this, cloning the wiki, and then you can look into all the special options for all the modules. Then we have the CPU. Maybe we should add this to all our modules also, because this all our label strings. :2, that means that the string should always be 2 characters. So even if it's just one number, it will occupy 2 characters of width, so to speak, so it doesn't shrink and grow the bar. It's really nice to add this, and especially 2. CPU, we don't want any underline color. We don't want any special prefix foreground color. We just want an icon, and I like this microchip icon. There. Now we're almost done. X backlight, same here. We don't want a bar, we want percentage. So let's change this. Let's change this to percentage :2 and format prefix equals what should we use here for brightness? I think there's one light bulb. That's good. And there we have now for our lights. It's good enough. It's good enough. And then we can remove this bar section from it. MPD, let's not touch that now. This is the Workspace. What is this? File system, we don't use that. Keyboard, we don't have that either. Thought I removed those. Where is the temperature? Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Temperature. I really don't want it to show. I would be happy with just. You see here you can have it also have some different formats for worn. I guess it is worn now because it's red. Worn foreground, secondary, it's red here. Let's remove the underline at least. And same here, you can have a ramp here. Thermo. I know there is like it. I know I saw them before. Thermo. Here they are. Thermo. Ah, it's me who cannot spell. We have the full thermo. 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 1, 2, 3, and the last of the thermos. So and this one should be on that. Three, 4. There it shows the ramp. I guess we are at the ramp 4 here. We don't want. We could do as I told you at ramp 4. We could have this red color, but otherwise it is a bit ugly, this red, but it's the wrong red. It's not the solarized red, I believe. Whatever. And here's some underline stuff. And here you can set the warning. If we want warning at 40 instead. Oops. We could set that, or that will not change anything. 80. Now it is. I guess this ramp doesn't mean anything. This takes care of all of it. That's good. Or maybe it did. Let's have it at 60, I guess. That's good. Thermal zone. I don't really know what this is. Temperature. I would like to know how to remove the Celsius symbol. To list all the zone types run. This is different. I don't really know what this is. Full path of temperature sensors. I can really fine tune this here. Available tokens, temperatures, defaults to Celsius. There's no one here that says without the symbol. Maybe we can do this :2:2. Yeah, because this is the minimum and maximum length of the string. If I remove this, then it will show it. But if we have minimum 2 characters and maximum 2 characters, that will only show the digits. So we can add this to both here. Like that. The workspace indicators. The thing is, I will make a video soon about where we will make our own workspace indicator. We will look into how workspaces work and how we can do cool things like having individual backgrounds and stuff for individual. Yeah, set one background for one workspace. You get it, and I have my own way that I want to show, because this also fills up and bloats the bar. If you have like 4 or 5 workspaces, it takes up a big chunk of the bar, and it's really uninteresting information in my opinion. Some people are really sensitive about this, about the workspaces. They get crazy when you talk about it. It's like why they use i3 so they can have one application on each workspace. I don't know. It's not really my style. And here, if you see here, the i3 module, that is what is showing the workspace indicators. It's called i3. It inherits. You can do this. I think they have just made it like this in the default config to show you that by adding module BSP WM label focus, this gets the same value as the BSP WM module. And this can be a good practice so you just have to change one module and every module will inherit. We could do that with the percentage here when I think about it. Like all these have the same except the memory, but they could get the value from the same module. But in one way it's shorter to write percentage than write this stupid line. But this means that if I would remove this BSPWM section, if I do that now, then the whole workspace module will stop working, even though it's i3, because it needs the values from here. But if we just remove this underline backgrounding color and then padding, let's add in 2 whatever, because padding is not visible padding. I will remove this coloring information. That 2. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, then we get this stuff here. It's still bloated. Padding to padding. Focused, unfocused. Label mode. Let's change this one. Okay, that's better, and we will look into this. Maybe we can also focus the foreground equals, yeah, let's make it black. No, foreground, that's not a word. Now we see which one is active, but we will make a much cooler and better workspace indicator. But at least I think, in my opinion, that the bar is much nicer looking, and now you know how to quickly find icons with this fontawesome icon menu thing, and how ramps works, and yeah, I hope you got some more understanding for how Polybar works. But the coolest thing in this video is, in my opinion, this that we can search for things that aren't displayed in rofi. This is major for me. It opens up a lot of new things that I can do with my rofi scripts. In the next video, I will show you something. It's not completely different, it's on topic, but I have been working, that's why I haven't released a video in a while now, because I have been working quite hard on a new little project I have that will, so we can apply, because now we have looked into how to theme and use the same colors for Polybar, i3 and rofi. Our rofi menu here, you remember we use the same colors and stuff, but that is the easy part. At least Polybar and i3, they just get the color values from X resources like this, so it's really easy to make that get the colors. But when it comes to different other programs like Sublime and GTK, it's a totally different story. But I have made a thing that, so we can set the colors in X resources in a special way, and then we will get the same colors everywhere in GTK, in wherever you want colors, you will get them. And we will also look into how to update terminals, so it will update the color scheme in the terminal when we change it, and it will not just, it will update every open terminal. But this will only work in URxvt, but whatever, you will see in the next video. There will probably be a couple of videos on that topic, because it's quite, yeah, it's been a rabbit hole. I've been down there for a week or two now, but I'm back, and I got some information and I got some scripts. And I say thank you for watching. I see you. Have a great day. I'm Budrich. Like and subscribe. If you find any issues, file them on GitHub. Check out my homepage. I got all my .files and scripts and stuff there. Have a great day. Bye bye.